the eyes. The eyes don't sense vision. Yeah, that's not a sensor. Vision. Vision is the action that incorporates the sensing of the light that bounces from some other object, enters through your eye, gets on the back of your eye, excites the whatever cones and rods in there are. Yeah? And those, by hitting each other, they create a sound, and that vibration transforms into an electric charge that runs through the nerve, not through the nerve, on the surface of the nerve. So we literally are zapping ourselves from the inside. Yeah? And runs and goes to other centers, brain cells, that have the information, have the dictionary to decode this whatever signal was sent, like Morse code. Because look how many transformations this so-called light that we need to see went through. The light excites the rod makes the vibration, sends the electricity to a certain area in your brain. That takes time. That's already 0.0000 some 4 seconds. Yeah? That's already time, so it's already the past. Everything you see right now, it's already the past. Light travels. From all the speeds, the light is the slowest. Nobody's thinking about the speed of thought. Yeah? That's right. You can either think slow or you can think really fast. That's one sense, it's not a vision. Yeah? The light, it's like the solar panels, the same shit, same thing. How the solar panels work? We have a light outside. How they accumulate energy. The light, there's a certain panel that the light that interacts with these two elements, it makes them create an electric charge, and that electric charge goes and gets stored into a battery. The same the eyes are seeing the light creating an electric charge and go to the brain. Ears, hearing, it's not a sense. Hearing, it's the action of many elements together compiled. Yeah, that's like the same name you put names on corporations or on businesses. The name tells about something. The same is hearing. So-called sense. It's not a sense. The sense is the wave of sound that travels from one molecule to another through the air, because the air there is no space empty in the air. Everything is molecules together. Yeah? It's like you walk through a jelly of molecules, but you don't feel that. It's very far away. The molecules are placed. That's why it feels like air. So the sound, why sound travels through water so fast and you can hear for long distances? The same action is here. Happens a vibration, the sound travels like through a gel and hits your ear, where that vibration transforms into an electric charge, which gets to your data center and gets transformed into a sound that you hear. But all these sensors, they can be corrupted. Yeah? If there is a malfunction in the body, the sensors are being corrupted and the data does not go the proper data, missing bits and pieces, ones and zeros. Taste and smell. Is it? Well, taste and smell, I would put these two together because they're not separate. Cover your nose and try to taste certain things. Are you gonna be able? I don't think so. So, that's all I have to say about taste and smell. So, the taste depends of how well is our nose. How well our nose can detect what's happening on the outside. So be careful where you stick your nose into, because it can end up in eating something not so pleasant. Now look at the animal kingdom. Those who have long noses, they have long tongues. All the animals. And when animals try to detect something, they open their mouth, because this expands their sensory. This expands their sensory field. They get more of the molecules on their buds, because the taste buds and the sensors that you have in your nose that tell you about the smell, they're kind of made out of the same material. Yeah. So basically you have a tongue in your nose. Yeah. Only these two tongues, they have two different functions. If you smell the food, then the taste... Look here. Make an experiment. Right now, make an experiment. Cover your nose and try to taste salt and tell me if it can taste salt. While you do that, I'm gonna roll one. Cover your nose and try to taste salt. And the same do with pepper. You need some salt in your body. Some ionization. It'd be good to turn ozone on.
It's way different.
What's the difference?
Well, right when I unplugged my nose, it opened up the flavor in my nose.
Before?
I could feel that I know that it's salt.
Yeah, but if you don't know that it's salt and you cannot smell and you take that in your mouth, you're gonna be able to taste it? So I recommend for everybody to do this experiment. Yeah. So this bullshit that these two sensors are separate and they need to be looked at like separate. It's gotta stop. This bullshit. It's like feminine and masculine. It's like in a tree. You have masculine and feminine trees, but both trees give flowers. The same is here. Nose is the penis, is the masculine, because the nose sticks everywhere and it's catches the smells, and the tongue is the feminine, it accepts. But it needs the nose to understand what it accepts, because there is no nose. The tongue doesn't know what tastes and how it tastes. And this is called cooperation between feminine and masculine, between a man and a woman, between female and male, between take and give, accept and donate. Women give love by accepting. Men give love by giving. And you, by accepting, you're giving me your love. And the more you accept, the more I am open to give. Do you understand how it works? So, there you go. Break them down. And this is related to the chakras that are not being talked about. The one we have on our shoulders. Chakras. Yeah? There's a black one on your masculine side, and there is a white one, chakra, on your feminine side. But modern society is trying to push us into believing that the light is the masculine and the darkness is feminine, because darkness sucks the light and the light outshines the dark. But if there is no darkness, the light has nowhere to shine. That's right. Because the darkness makes the border where the light shines. Because if there is light, that means it's not necessary for there to be a border. The border is outside the light. But the light always wants to get out of the borders. And claim something that doesn't belong. The darkness. The darkness, what it does? Just backs off. Because the light comes in. When you flash the light, you see the tube of light, the rest is darkness. And when you move it, the darkness disappears because it moves. The darkness moves away from the light's way. Has anyone looked at it like that? So please start looking at everything like that. Expand everything, expand your vision, expand your way of vision, not what only linear is being taught since we were born. You gotta start looking at things different. This is what I'm talking about. So we broke down this too. Next. So, touch. But these two, the one that I said, these are two pieces of the same thing, but they're whole. They're not like half and half. Understand? The smell and taste. It's not necessary to have eyes to smell what's in front of you. Food comes even better when you don't see, when the light is dimmed. taste better, it starts to taste yummier. Do this experiment. Turn it all bright on, start eating, and then turn it off or dim it. Because your attention changes. Yeah, it depends how much data through which sensor flows. Because we all read data only, nothing else. Yeah, information, it's data. What's data? It's dates. It's ones and zeros, bits, images, flashes, whatever. And your attention changes from seeing stuff around you because the light does not come as much, does not excite the eyes inside, and it switches to the next most powerful sensor. What? Hearing and smell. But hearing you don't need because it's you trust the place, so you don't need to be anxious and hear what's happening. There is no danger. So hearing goes on the second place. And you start to smell stuff around because it's dark and you need your smelling too, to smell first what's happening. Instincts. This is a body of an animal. You're inside of this body to tame it. Very intelligent car, I would say it. It sometimes drives itself, sometimes you need to drive it yourself, but most of the time it's autopilot. Because you're teaching the car first how to do things, and then the car does it automatically. Meditation, go ballet, sports, training children doing different instruments and playing and singing. All that's what I'm talking about. You put borders and then the light expands inside the borders. Children are very creative. You put borders around them, they're gonna play in those borders. The same with us. Mature, look at society outside. And inside. And we came to tactile. It's very important how we touch ourselves. Doesn't matter how. We hug ourselves where we turn the gun around and start shooting. Or we throw acid on ourselves. Or we throw acid on somebody else and then it splashes on us. Or you try to burn somebody and by accident gets fuel on you and you burn instead. Yeah? You dig a hole for somebody and you fall in that hole. That's also touch. Because you touch people, you rub them the wrong way. You make the wrong vibration. Sometimes it might work, but only. But until certain times. Everything is temporary. So another part here why we came to experience is to feel the touch, the separation, feel the like we're here together but we're separated, we're far away. Understand what I mean? People are living all their lives together but they're separated, like mentally separated, psychologically. Review the way you touch the ground, yourself, and others. This is your past, present, and future. Let's see, do we have anything else to add to this? I don't see what else I can add. I guess let's go to the next one. So that was how many? How many I did up until now? 1, 2, so sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. That was 5. Now vestibular sense, yeah. I would call more, it's more like harmonics. The body auto-tunes itself like in split of a second. You stay on 2 legs. If you're not aware, your weight is more on left or right side. You're not aware of some mental anguish that is being manifested in the body physically by you stepping more on one leg or the other, and stepping more on your heel, on your outside of the leg, on your toes, or on the inside of the leg. You stay more on the right side, you're not accepting what's coming at you because you use more masculine than feminine. Masculine is you put yourself in borders. But when feminine doesn't want to accept, it leans on the masculine. You see what's happening?
Antidote.
And then if you feel guilty about it, you go like the arch of the foot, yeah, you kind of like the ankle, you push it outwards, and you form like a wheel inside your legs, yeah, like this, the ankle, when you stand up on 2 feet, and someone tries to shame you, or you shame yourself in your own mind, pay attention how your foot goes like this. Starts to curl, and like children do when you shame them, they lift their foot and start to. The same habits. But shaming is healthy. It just doesn't have to be overused. Only when it's necessary you need to shame. Not all the time. Everything you need to do only when it's necessary. Not all the time, pretty much. All you need to do is just enjoy stuff. That's it. Nothing else. When it's necessary to get up to go make some tea, you get up, go make some tea. When it's necessary to go to the restroom, you get up and go to the restroom. When it's necessary to go to bed, you get up and go to bed. When it's necessary to wake up, you wake up. When it's necessary to plant some seeds outside in the garden, you go plant. There's no schedule. Only when it's necessary. You, like me, we have our own timing. Some wheels are in the clock and some wheels are and some wheels are just rolling. And some wheels are spinning one way, the other ones are spinning the other way. And the clock works. One wheel is not working, the clock is fucked. Yep, the same in our body. With this, what did I name it? Harmony. Yeah, the harmony in the body. That's a sensory too. There's no harmony in the body, you start to make disease. Harmony becomes in the way you're thinking about yourself, about everything that comes at you, and about the food you eat, about everything. It's not the food, it's the problem. Not the meat, it's the problem. Not the milk, the eggs, or you eat only plants, or you eat only air, or you eat only light, or you eat only water. Or it's not that the problem. The problem is your mind, what you eat with your mind, because what you think about the food, this is your ideas, your data, your thoughts put in that food. It doesn't matter how that food grew. It's what you put in the food. And if somebody tells you, oh, this was organic, this was grown on the... Yeah, there is a little bit of difference when you grow together. You know, you have a garden where you have plants that are mixed and mingled between each other. They don't grow as big, but they grow small but very tasty, because they change information between each other. And that's how you can have chocolate mint and tomatoes with taste of watermelon. Pollen travels from one flower to another. Also, they communicate with the roots between them. The leaves are touching. In the field, when in the farm you plant plants, what do? You make space between them, and you plant them in a grid. What kind of information comes in there? Exactly. There is no exchange. It's just tomato, 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 and so on. Nothing else. It's just the way it sounds is changed. But the image is basically a copy of a copy of a copy. It's like Xerox. But in time, the original fades out if you copy from the copy, and you keep copying from, not from the same copy, but from the previous copy. How many copies are you gonna make visible? After 1,000 million copies, the information that was original on the original paper is lost. That's why we need to replicate the original all the time. Anyway, that's why you should have, must have, that's all. You haven't done it and it's done. Now you understand what's happening about this harmony. And we're being disharmonized at birth, and even before that. There is a certain vibration in the fetus, in the mother's womb. Yeah, and with all this so-called ultrasounds, high-pitch sounds that run through the body just to see what's inside the body. Yeah. That's right. You don't hear that high pitch because you're it's, how to call it, after a certain age we stop hearing those frequencies. But when we're inside, because we cannot see stuff, we only can hear stuff. That's why the hearing is so expanded, and we hear beyond what adults hear. We hear sounds that are ultrasounds, like what bats hear. So we still have those cells in our brain. We have the memory of how to hear that. It's just being blocked. But again, we're being told that, oh, the brain changes and you get older and you calcify. What a load of BS. Do you see how we're being fed up acidity all the time? Acidic thoughts. Everything acidic. One thing is fermented, the another thing is acidic. Yeah? That's right. Fermentation helps the body. Acidity, like oxygen, you know what it does. That's right. So, harmony in the body. The body needs to ferment the food, not transform it into acid or whatever. Yeah? And you need the acid in your body for fermentation in your stomach. Because it's chlorhydric acid. Disinfects. Yeah. What do you use to disinfect the bathroom? What do you use to disinfect the bathroom? Clorox. Vinegar too. Vinegar is acid, the product of a fermentation. Apples fermented into vinegar. Wine ferments into vinegar. So, what the hell are lemons then? That's right. I'm still thinking about it. I haven't come with an answer. I'm just asking, maybe somebody else can tell me. But anyway, let's go back to harmony. Harmony is like a You know, puzzle pieces. If they don't fit, they just don't fit. There's no harmony between them. You need to cut the other puzzle piece in such a shape so it will fit. But the image is gonna be distorted because it's not the same image. You take a puzzle from a different image that you try to cut it and fit it into an image where it's not supposed to be. So, harmony. Something does not feel harmonious, drop it, including thoughts, places, people. Accepting or giving, or taking or giving, doesn't matter. This guy is just dead. Body position, this is what they say. Another one. It's proprioception. The body positions. They call it the body awareness sense, which tells us where our body parts are relative to each other. What? This doesn't make sense. It also gives us information about how much force to use, allowing us to do something like crack an egg while not crushing the egg in our hands. Okay, this is connected to the harmony. This is the same. They're just confusing themselves the hell out. And I'm gonna show you how it's related to harmony. When you walk, you need to put a certain pressure in your foot to start moving. You don't just jump in the ground and start going, yeah? You just slowly move from one leg to another and you make two movements. Lift your foot, stretch your foot, and meantime, while you lift your foot, you lean on the leg, and when you stretch your foot, you start to lean on the leg that is being stretched. This all happens at the same time. So you have 3 actions, 1 movement. Move forward. To move forward, you need to make 3 actions. Lean, foot up, yeah, to lift your leg, bend your knee. That's 2 actions in 1 movement. And then you have to stretch your knee and put your foot down. And to put your foot down, you need to lean on the foot at the same time. So what the fuck are they talking about here? This is part of the harmony, because if it's no harmony, you won't be able to walk. And the body parts you feel not because of some sensor, no. We have an energetic field around the body. And that energetic field communicates. Your brain makes an energetic field. Everything makes an energetic field. Everything is vibration. Your foot vibrates in a certain way too. Your leg. Your knee, just knee. Or your calf. Or your ankle. Or one toe. They all vibrate in a certain frequency. Together they make the foot. Because they're pieces of one puzzle. They're dots inside the dot. Or dots inside the dots that are inside the line. Whatever. So harmony, it's a sense. harmonious. If it doesn't feel harmonious, that means it's out of the vibe, it's not yours. Let's start calling things by the way they vibrate, not by the way they fucking look. So up until now we have what? Sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch, and harmony. That's 6. We need 3 more. Where are you gonna get them? 3 more. Let's break them down by chakras. If you put by colors. Red. What's gonna go towards red? Where you stand. Where you exist. Touch. But yeah. Creation. Vision. Vision.
Antidote.
You see the waters, you create. Touch as well. So basically touch is the main sensor. Touch, you touch things with your eyes and they touch you from the inside of your eyes because the light travels from them. Information bounces from them, they comes to you in your eye. It touches your eye and then your brain inside. That touch is being transformed into vibration. It's like this, only inside your eye, somebody else. So we can cancel all the fucking sensors because it's nonsense. And the main sensor is what? Touching, but touching not physically, touching on every level because we are starting now to see everything expanded from an expanded point of view, which means you're in the center, but that center is everywhere, and your edge, the outer layer of the bubble, is nowhere. This is how you expand. You need to expand the way you think, the way you accept stuff. Harmony, and how you touch that harmony. One and zero, 2 senses. Harmony and how you touch it. Harmony is the light, and the touch is the darkness, the masculine. So who gives the harmony in the house? That's right. As the Indians say, or not only Indians, everybody. I've heard this in many languages. The house rests not upon the ground. The house rests upon the woman. Pretty much, that's all I have to say. Anything else? So, I don't know, to somebody it will make sense, to somebody not. Many will say, will not say, but this is my vision of all this BS that we're being fed about senses. You have only 2 sensors. The rest is only sensors that are telling you the same information, different image, for you to understand what's broken or what needs to be fixed. All the sensors here on your face, on your skin, all of this, these are sensors. They don't there is no such thing as smell sense. No, you feel the fucking vibration. That means it's either harmonious or it's not. You wanna touch it or you don't wanna touch it, period. No, I don't believe it. I don't. It doesn't make sense. What it makes sense is the vibration, is you touch it and it's gonna make you harmonious or not, period. 2 senses, 1 and 0, 0 and 1. That's when I'm saying about touching, I'm talking about the smell, I'm talking about the food, I'm talking about the air you breathe, I'm talking about the what you're looking at. Be careful what you touch. This is what I'm saying all the time. And I mean by this, be careful what you touch with your mind, be careful what you touch with your eyes, be careful what you touch with your tongue, the words you speak, the words you don't, the words you speak towards yourself, that you also touch them. You touch them with your mind first, those words, and then they come into your voice box. But you need to touch first that tool, because the words, the sounds, this is a tool for us to communicate. You need to touch the tool. That means you take the tool and you use it. It's a tool. Touching, smelling, smelling is touching as well. Harmony and touch, those are tools. It's like sickle and the hammer. Scythe, sickle, yeah, sickle and the hammer. The hammer you nail, and the sickle you grab. So yeah, pretty much. Well, anyway, hope someone is gonna make sense. Made sense to me. Fun.